And hello boys and girls, hello everyone, it's General J with you in another interesting video. And today, for the first time, I'm doing a collaboration video with my YouTube friends. So with all my fellow YouTuber content creators. And today, what are we going to talk about with this collaboration? So we are talking about, old and forgotten heroes that we used to max way before. I'm a veteran player, so I am playing almost for 7 years now, so I pretty much have some of the old heroes, that I maxed in the past, but they just got ran over time, and they are just not good anymore. They are sitting on the bench, picking up dust, and there's nothing pretty much to do with them. So yeah, the collaboration with my YouTube friends, check out their channels, subscribe to their channels. They are doing some great videos, some excellent content, so give them some love. And this video is probably going to be a plea to SG and to Empires and Puzzle developers to make something with these old heroes that we used to enjoy to play before, but cannot do anymore. So probably some costume ideas or something like that. So let's look what heroes do I have to pick for this collaboration video. So for this special collaboration topic, I have chose 2 heroes. Some of my content creator friends will choose maybe only one, and they will have their own special reasons why they think some heroes need love from SG. So basically, yeah, the old 2017 Hero of the Month Totamon, and the old 2019 Hero of the Month Margaret. So these heroes used to be maxed emblemed. I stripped them of their emblems because I just don't use them anymore. So they do not have costumes, but they could have, maybe, if the Empires and Puzzles developers choose to have some costumes. So yeah, no passives here. You can see his stats are pretty much low, outdated. And his family bonus for 2017 is pretty good, because if you have 3 heroes of this family, you get plus 50 mana generation for all of the family members. I used to use this with the Alberic, so he gets 10% mana generation at start. So yeah, he is not slow anymore with the troop, so he becomes average. And it was handy. But with Totamoon, he does 310% damage to targeted nearby enemies, and he summons minions to the nearby allies. Those minions are not really strong, and then they don't do anything. So he just, he has a costume. I don't have his costume, but his costume is pretty much the same. He just gets the passive, minions are a bit stronger, and he gets the passive that he can cleanse 1 ailment from the enemies that he hits. So yeah, I would like him to get a second costume, maybe not glass or tune like season 1 heroes, but something that will change his special. Next up is Margaret. Also the same thing. She has a passive, so she's immune to dispels. Very fast speed, 150% damage to target and nearby enemies, and we have the dodge from 30% to 90% to caster and nearby allies, so not to all allies. And this dodge depends on the damage of the special skill. So the higher the damage is, if she gets hit by the sniper, somebody that does great damage, the dodge will give 24% mana to the target. So yeah, she gets 20% 24% mana for 3 turns. Yeah, dodge lasts for 3 turns. So the element link also is all nature allies, 46% defense against fire for 4 turns. This mechanic was never popular, never reached its potential. So yeah, she could be used with costume, for example, damage to all. She got, boosted way ago, but pretty much didn't change anything that boost. So maybe a fixed dodge with like 45 or 50% dodge that doesn't refer to damage from special skill, but from all special skills, something like that. So yeah, let me show you what I'm talking about here. So basically, there's one hero here that I have, and it is Leonidas. So the basic version of Leonidas is a sniper damage that reduces mana and heals himself. First costume does damage to 3, gives minus 54% defense to holy, and dark enemies get minus 34% attack for 4 turns. And his second costume hits everyone, gives the minus defense to holy and stuff like that. I don't have the second costume, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So every of his costume is basically a different hero. So when we talk about costumes for Margaret or maybe Tota Moon, they're going to get stat boosted with the costume bonus, but the special skills should be something different. For example, maybe Tota Moon can give minions to everyone, then that minions can maybe steal mana, like water pipe or something like that. So these heroes can be a lot more useful in PvP. Or Margaret, maybe she can do a minus defense down or elemental defense down, something like that. So basically, these two are not, they are not PvP heroes. They just get shredded. I came to this idea for this collaboration when I tried to tackle Fergus teams, with some old heroes that have, that cannot be mana stolen, so like Seshat and Chakozrot, but they just get shredded from Mega Minions. Mega Minions are just killing them because their stats are too low, even if they are at 90 and have full emblems, so they are still low HP, low defense. So yeah, please SG, please Empires and Puzzles, something that can be useful for Titans, for events. These heroes cannot be used in any type of any place in the game. So but Leonidas, as an old hero, he can be used in PvP, in Titans and stuff like that, so he's useful. So yeah, this will be it for me. Tell me guys what you think about this idea. And I hope Tota Moon and Margaret and heroes like that can get some love from Empires and Puzzle development. So yeah, let's now see what my other fellow YouTubers have to say about their masked heroes that need some love. See you around.
Hey, General J, thank you very much for including me in this fun collaboration video. Everybody, this is 3KO Games. Thanks for checking out the video. If you can see my avatar up in the upper left corner, you will see the hero that I want to talk about. I landed him as a hero of the month way back when I first started playing the game, and I was so excited about him. And then I did the avatar and everything, and then I pretty quickly realized he's not that good. But wait, when you look at his stats, they are horrible. But when you look at his special skill, it's really pretty great. 390% damage to the target with these stats is going to be pretty much nothing. But target gets negative 75% accuracy for 2 turns. That's like the highest blind in the game. And target gets negative 75% decrease for any healing received for 2 turns. So that's pretty awesome too. a little holy element link on defense up against special skills is neither here nor there. Really, the blind and the healing down for only 2 turns is pretty great. He also has a passive that resists negative or status ailments that are from minions. But man, just look at this guy. He's a badass panda. Let me make him dance for you. Look at that guy. He's dancing for you. He is a blade dancer. That's Bai Yong, everybody. Let's watch this guy in action. He is just about to hit Roshan, who's almost full on mana. Now he's ready to strike and give my my wing some insanity, but miss, and he ends up with the insanity on him and nothing for us. You know, I think I had some emblems on Bai Yong, and I probably stripped them when emblems were feeling really, really scarce. Maybe this guy deserves some emblems again. I think I have plenty of Ranger emblems. So, gonna win this battle. And I really want to give... Yes, check out Roshan going insane on himself. Nice, nice, nice. I'm going to activate Hippo. And I'm going to try to give Bai Yong the last laugh here, because there's only a little bit, and it still doesn't kill him, because he's that weak. But the 75% blind, my friends, pretty nice. That's Bai Yong.
What's up, guys? It's MCNAULTY here. General J, thank you very much for allowing me to be part of this collaboration on a much needed topic, actually. I think there are loads of us with multiple heroes in our roster that we can no longer use, either because of power creep or because their specials are no longer relevant in terms of the meta, whatever it might be. There are some definite sleeping giants that need to be revived. And I want to talk today about this guy, which is a freaking fantastic hero, actually. And if you read over his card more than once and you don't discount him just because he's old, I mean, he is a 2019 Hero of the Month. So he's been out for the last 6 years now, which is crazy to think about. And he's actually still a really good hero. So I want to make the case for Grimble today as probably one of the best minion destroyers in the game still. So he is a cleric. It's an interesting class for him because obviously he gets the mana shield, so you can resist negative mana effects and effects that prevent him from using special skills. But that is good for him because you really rely on his special skill if you do take him as part of an attack team. He also gets a resistance against blind. Again, that is something that is dished out by the goblins left, right, and center. And it's also something that is dished out and that prevents you from using a special skill. So that is another reason why, obviously, he doesn't get the perfect accuracy, but it's pretty much as good as to be able to resist the blind. So what does he do? Basically, he destroys all minions from all enemies and damages all mega minions. So I find I cannot take him against mega minions. That's my biggest gripe with this dude, is that even though they've increased his damage and he does more damage to mega minions, the mega minions eat him up too quickly because his stats are too dated. And he's one of the Hero of the Months that has not been given a costume yet. And I feel like we are slacking. In terms of the costumes, you've got heroes like Mickey, for example, who would be an excellent one to get a costume. And then you've got heroes like this, who I'd also make a massive case for. So the first part of his special is the most important because he destroys all minions from all enemies. He's strong enough to take out any size of minion. Okay, he cannot take out the War of Three Kingdoms minions because they're unstoppable. You cannot destroy them with this kind of skill. And he cannot just destroy a mega minion, but he can kill every single other type of minion. And one of the best areas I've found to use this guy is up against Moonbell, who I see as a tank a lot in the game at the moment. And her minions have about 1 million HP. So I'm going to put a video up on the screen right now of Grimble being able to deal with Moonbell's minions. Not only that, but when he destroys all the minions, all allies get a small amount of mana for each destroyed minion. So if you've got a tank that summons really beefy minions, you can throw as many tiles into that tank as you like, get Grimble charged, fire off your other heroes, and then circle around back, because he can charge that mana up right away. And that's why I like to use, he does give a critical chance, a 10% critical chance to all dark allies, which is kind of a bonus. But the way I like to use him as part of this team, you can see here on this team, there is only really one solid damage dealer, which is Regen. The rest of them are all what I would class as more sort of healer type heroes. Obviously, Dark Feather does allow other healers to become damage dealers. But he's mainly there for protection, as is Maisie. So I use Maisie and I use Dark Feather to protect Grimble, so that he is able to use his skill and get them round to fire off once again. And that's basically the way this team works. What I would love is if Grimble was given a costume, for example, or if he was given a stat boost, then I would be able to use him in more different areas and potentially against Mega Minion summoners as well. So for anyone who's listening, please buff Grimble. I think he's a really overlooked hero, and I think that he could be, he could definitely come back with a vengeance, if SG see fit to buff him. So again, General J, thank you so much for letting me be a part of this video. I'll see you all later. Bye for now.
Greetings, loyal minions, beautiful humans. Welcome to the J Show, the #1 ranked YouTube channel for generals in the army. If that's you, I appreciate you. Look at this absolute beast. Like, how hot is this thing? Even though she has no body to hold on to, you can see straight through her, and she's a ghost. I'd probably still go there. Got awesome looking blades that she's just going to rip your head off with. On chains, almost like a bit of nunchuck action happening. Just looks so freaking amazing. But she's scrap. So this video, I think, started as a sort of a bit of a cross between a sort of hero that you've regretted maxing, but also heroes that need a buff. And it could be because, you know, they just don't suit the meta anymore. Their skill became outdated very quickly, or for whatever reason, their skill just didn't translate. So it sounded really great, but didn't work. I will also, huge thank you to General J for inviting me to be part of this collaboration. Truly appreciate it. Love your work. Keep it up. Everyone give him a like and subscribe. Gently press his subscribe button. Sorrow. So sounds fantastic. Part of the Monster Island type heroes with the Abyss Hunter family. I'm not going to go through all the passives. They do have some quite good ones. We can see the power, 948, quite low now, even though that's still a lot higher than other heroes. But the special skill is where it's at. Summons 2 Icebound Sickle minions for the caster and nearby allies. 18% HP and 30% attack inherited from the caster. When summoned, they give 45% attack for its owner, and that goes up by 5 each turn. The big kicker was when the Icebound Sickle minion is destroyed, it deals 135 damage to all enemies. So it's kind of like a heal in one way, because you're getting those minions. You're getting 2 minions each, so 20% HP. In this case, you're looking at around about 300 or 400 per minion. That would be much bigger if I had my Sorrow limit broken and emblemed. So you're basically getting, you know, a really good heal there for 3 heroes. You're getting the protection and some attack from the minions, but then you're also doing damage when those minions are killed. So I will just note, I did actually have Sorrow double limit broken and fully emblemed. And I did use one of the Aether reset tokens I think I got from, you know, when they nerfed one of the heroes or something. So that's how much I regretted. I never regret doing a hero. It's just that she didn't stay valid for very long at all. And I think the big reason is the HP gain, especially when the legendary troops came along. The HP was just huge. So the fact that we've got 6 minions and we're dealing 135 damage for each to all enemies, even if it's not the enemy that attacked. That's what I liked about the skill. A hero that's sitting there low on health on the enemy team and one of their full health heroes attacks you, you're actually doing damage to that other hero that's just sitting there minding its own business. So I loved it, but it became outdated extremely quickly. 6 minions doing 135 damage each is around about 1,000 HP, just without going into specific mathematical details. And 1,000 HP these days just isn't what it used to be, especially if all those minions aren't killed at once. So, imagine if you just kill 1 minion at a time or 2, you're only doing like 270 damage, which is literally nothing, especially if the other team have mega minions or their own minions that have twice as much HP. So basically that's where it's at. Small Giant, give Sorrow some love. She needs it. Grab hold of her and just give her something. I'll take you into a battle and have a quick look at just what it translates to. But yeah, that's it. Again, thanks for having me on, General J. Really appreciate it. I hope everyone is enjoying the collaboration. Give your kitty a scritch for me. Gently caress all those subscribe buttons and have a bloody good one.
Yo, hey guys, it's ARCHON or ARCHON, I don't know how you want to pronounce it. I'm the leader of 7 Days Hunting and also the leader of the 7 Days family. And thanks to General J and the collaboration, I want to give you my hero I regret the most to level up, and I think we already seen the hero because I leveled him 3 times. So it's basically Telluria. Back in 2020, she, Vela, and Gravemaker had or made a trio that was the nightmare in every Alliance war. And well, I'm always late in leveling great heroes or getting great heroes that are the meta, so I was quite happy when I got her first, and I leveled her in my well, being in my spot at this time, it was very fast that I got her, so I was very excited. And then I got her a second time and a third time, and I was naive and I thought, well, you got the great hero 3 times, so it's the first time you will level a hero 3 times because they can't destroy it, and we all know how it ended. So Vela, Gravemaker, and Telluria got destroyed, and then, well, I was there with 3 Tellurias. So that's the hero I regret the most. There you see Vela. Honestly, I don't have Gravemaker until today, so I was never part of the Devil's Trio, and but I got my own Devil Trio with 3 Tellurias, and from time to time I put them on defense, on my normal raid defense, just to show how dumb I was. but you never know. Well, let's say at this point, when they nerfed Telluria, Vela, and Gravemaker, from this point on, I stopped leveling heroes twice or 3 times. I got a few heroes that I leveled twice, And so far I didn't regret, but I'm not sure if I want to level up a hero 3 times, because yeah, I'm still a little bit yeah, not pissed. That would be too much, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I don't know. It should be a great hero that if I want to level another hero 3 times. But on the other hand, if this hero is so great, I will level him 3 times. He's also yeah, most likely being nerfed pretty time soon. So yeah, I learned from it. Let's say it this way. Yeah, that's it. So my biggest regrets on leveling and not playing anymore is Artilleria, so no emblems, no limit breakers, and yeah, I hope I won't be in this situation again. So yeah, thanks for the collaboration, General J, and wish you all the best, and we see you and me and everyone else from the content creators on YouTube, and maybe we fight a war against each other. We will see. Bye bye.
Alrighty, welcome back. Special thanks to General J for allowing us to be a part of this collaboration video. Thank you for starting up this effort, and hopefully, SG has a look at this and maybe consider doing something for all these heroes that are easily forgotten and are currently right out of the meta. The first hero I'd like to talk about is Santa Claus. Look, guys, when we talk about Christmas, we all know Santa Claus is the main guy, right? He's the main character in this Santa Christmas team. And if you want people to be interested, if you want kids to start playing Empires and Puzzles, especially during the winter, it's Christmas, you want to get them started in Empires and Puzzles, they want to see, hey, this is a new portal coming up. Why not start with Santa Claus? Why not start with giving this guy some love and giving this guy what it takes to be part of the current meta in 2025? And I can tell you right now, the reason why I want this, why you don't see Santa Claus at all, even when he first came out, is because of his poor damage. 150% damage to all enemies from a card perspective. You're not looking at the stats, you're not looking at the costume bonus. It does nothing, and it's so difficult to pair him with heroes like Khufu or Kagan or some other red hitter that could essentially try to wipe out a side. It's so difficult because you're losing that damage element. Sure, he gives negative 54 defense for 4 turns, but that's only if you have the costume for 1. And the other thing, the damage doesn't add up. There's no damage to him, and I really hope that we get to see some form of buff to the special skill for Santa Claus, especially since he is the main character in Christmas, for Christmas. Now, if you look at his regular side, it's even worse. Negative 44% defense only for 3 turns. That's not going to go anywhere. And his elf minions, okay, to be fair, Santa family elf minions don't do anything. 10% health, 10% attack, they're not going to deal any damage at all. But the main thing about this is if they improve the damage a little bit more, say maybe to 250 to 350% damage, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will start considering using Santa Claus as part of the a kill squad that you can use for rush wars, maybe even consider using for B tier or sub A to B tier war defense for rush. And I hope SG looks at this and consider, hey, maybe it's something that they can consider in doing a big buff effort, the BBE, the big buff effort to all heroes that has been forgotten, that has been a relic of the past. And hopefully, we get to see more varieties in terms of theory crafting with all heroes to kind of combat the new meta. Alright, now the second hero I want to talk about is Captain Kestrel. Oh man, if you guys are the OG Empires and Puzzles YouTube enthusiasts, YouTube viewers, you would know that there was a YouTuber by the name of Zero who was part of 7 Days Departed, and it was because of him, because of some of his war videos. And by the way, I should shout out to Zero, who is a master strategist in terms of tile play and in terms of using certain heroes on offense. His attack team of using Captain Kestrel at that time was what made me decide that I believe at that particular time Kestrel was really awesome. As a hit tree unit, the more mana you could stack up on the enemies, the more damage he will deal, and it's 335% at max to tree evenly. It's not even 335% to the target and minor damage to nearby enemies. It's even. And you could potentially use him at that time because of how, at that point you could talent him up to attack and he would actually deal some form of damage. But that only worked out for like a couple of months, and then all of a sudden the power creep just went all the way to Mars, and we never saw Captain Kestrel ever again. And that was such a disappointment to me. Well, I can tell you, I did pull quite a bit for Captain, quite a bit when Costume Finley came out, and I did get a bunch of Captain Kestrels, and I was trying really hard, to try and use him as well, as the meta continued to evolve. And I can tell you, Kestrel kept falling behind, and then there was a point where it was released that they were going to do costumes for pirates, and I was so happy. And then it turned out that he was the only pirate that didn't get a costume. Mary Therese got a costume. I forgot the green one. Was it Morgan Le Fay or somebody else that got a costume? And then even Sargasso got a costume. And then Captain Kestrel just sat in the corner there and said, "But I didn't have no damn costume." So that's him just literally going down the drain slowly and slowly, vanishing into the existence of power creep and the changes in the meta. And then all of a sudden, instead of giving him a costume, they came up with another red pirate that came up, which was significantly better than him, which rhymes with a certain salad. That's instead of being green in salad, but it's black. I'm rambling right now, but either ways, I really hope that they bring back some form of joy to Captain Kestrel. The ones who have used Captain Kestrel before, I really hope he gets a costume. But I really think that it's this kind of effects that that is quite unique for Captain Kestrel. There are not that many heroes that have this unique ability of the more mana the enemies have, the more damage they will receive. And as a hit tree, it was actually pretty decent. So, I was really hoping that a costume would come out for Captain Kestrel and that he would have his time to shine in the current meta. And till today, I still harbor hope that Captain Kestrel would see some form of play in 2025. I have my fingers crossed, which is why I still have Captain Kestrel in my roster. I do not want to feed him away, but he's just hanging there, and I can tell you he's hanging there as the last of potentially my max to 5 stars. He is at the bottom right now, and I really hope and I'll hold up my end of the word. If he gets a costume and it's a nice one, I'll try to go for him, and I'll try to make him happen in 2025. Maybe 2026. I'm willing to wait that long. And hopefully, use him in wars, and you can see him in my war videos as well. But I really hope, it's heroes like this that are forgotten, that I really hope that SG would consider buffing and bringing some variety into deciding how to play with certain teams, with certain offense teams. He'll definitely not play in defense. Let's be real about it. But that doesn't matter, because the essence about this game is about offense anyways. It's about attacking, about developing different attack teams, and I really hope he gets his time to shine.